Welcome back to the Center Podcast. I'm your host, Victor Along, my co-host, Mark. How you doing, sir, on this morning? Bright, sunny, sunny, cloudy Saturday.
It's it's going good. It's going good. How are you doing?
I'm doing fantastic, man. No complaints over here. But I do have some things to talk about because that's what we do on this show. We, shine some light on y'all every single week. To get down to brass tacks. I think that's the saying.
Brass tacks, yeah.
I think Mike Tyson at 57 years old is fighting Jake Paul. Yeah, Logan Paul, one of the two, RuPaul, Chris Paul. I don't know.
Logan is the wrestler.
Yeah. They fighting, they boxing. He's 57 years old. It's gonna be the first live stream event on Netflix.
Wow.
Yeah, that's the deal that they have going on with them. So it's a bag. It's a bag.
Yeah, definitely.
It's already gonna be a bag regardless because usually it's like pay-per-view, John, and
exactly. There's a whole lot of other stuff I feel like it's gonna go into it.
But if Netflix is gonna open up their whole live streaming thing, they probably give him a bag to do it. And of course, it's gonna be Iron Mike Tyson fighting against Jake Paul.
No extra title.
So there's that. Immediate thoughts, Mark, about this 57-year-old man fighting a guy who's like in his mid-20s.
I mean, this guy who's in his mid-20s, and we're referring to Jake Paul, is going to get destroyed.
That's just my... I'm going to destroy him.
Yeah.
I'm a fighter. I've always been a fighter.
That's just my personal opinion.
I'm going to clobber him. He has
like the only thing that's going for Jake is just age.
Mark, I don't think you understand how much it's going to kill him.
Yeah. As you can hear.
I cry for him every
as
night.
Mike Tyson has transferred his soul into Victor.
I have no idea what's going to happen to him. I feel so bad. I told Logan.
Right in the sandy. But yeah, I just think he's just going to get wrecked just because, again, like the only thing he got from his age, but clearly, as you can see, videos circulating around social media, the internet, this man literally is like has not lost any type of like step or form of like what he's been doing, because this is obviously his life. So yeah, I feel kind of scared for him. Like, of course, this is, like I said, it's going to be probably a little bit different now because obviously boxing has transformed a little bit since obviously Mike Tyson has been in the ring. But I mean, I'm pretty sure also like that's what he's been practicing too in this whole little period of time to make sure, he doesn't get close and starts to bite somebody's ear off. We can't do that again. So, I mean, like, who knows? He might allow it. If it gets views and money, we might like let it slide.
Didn't he get like a tattoo of like his bitten ear or something? Jake Paul? Pretty sure I saw something that said that. Keep talking, but I'm going to check that.
Maybe. I wouldn't put it past him because, yeah. Also, like, Jake Paul got apparently this new look. This new look is just him growing his hair out and just, yeah. I was like, okay, cool. He grew his hair. That's, I guess, a new look. Everybody does it. But, yeah, Mike Tyson, like I said, is going to probably destroy this man. Don't know how long it's going to go and start as far as, rounds, but of course, if we're going to do a live stream for Netflix first time, we're going to go and stretch it out. So that's what I'm thinking of.
He got this tattoo on him,
yeah,
but like as a joke, but it wasn't.
Okay,
yeah.
But yeah, so that's my thoughts. Mike Tyson is going to win. I mean, like, don't get me wrong, it'd be kind of crazy to see like Jake actually like land a hit, But then again, I'm thinking of how it was with Mayweather and
Logan.
Was it that?
I don't know which one of them. One of them fought Mayweather.
Wasn't it Conor McGregor that one time?
Oh, Conor McGregor and Mayweather fought each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was real, like, that was legitimate.
I know that was legitimate, but just like that idea of like, you probably won't really get that great of a hit on him. Like, it'd probably be something, but it won't be anything probably too crazy. So it's like, it'd be cool to see it, but like me picturing like Jake actually knocking Mayweather on his butt. Like, I don't know if I can like see that happen, but hey.
I mean, I don't know. My genuine like prediction of what's going to happen is more so they have their contract. I still don't believe any of these fights are real at this point. I'm going to be honest with you. I feel like there's some...
Exactly. That's why.
They're more so like all this put on the show type shit.
Which is so sad to say, low-key, but... Because
from my understanding, it's not going to count towards anybody's record or anything like that. So my guess is they're going to just do the full round, go to decision, then probably Jake Paul's going to win just off of that. But there's going to be like a clause of just like, hey, like don't knock each other out, and then
that's what I'm saying.
So, because otherwise, I honestly don't know. Obviously it's Mike Tyson, but he's also very, very old, and like this guy's been fighting every 6 months. Jake Paul, like not real people, but he's been genuinely training regardless.
Mm-hmm.
So like just off of age, I feel like he could essentially catch him because like you can't fight age, like regardless. He can
That's
still
true.
move like crazy,
Yeah,
but that
yeah,
doesn't affect his chin.
yeah.
It's easy to fucking like swing hard as fuck, but like if you actually get hit,
But like, I'm just thinking about it. Like again, like Mike Tyson's fast, but he also has a lot of power.
he
So
does.
I'm like scared to see like,
And I don't think they're gonna allow him to genuinely try at least. Because do I believe that he can knock him the fuck out? Absolutely. But do I think that there's a contract saying, hey, like just make it go to 12 rounds, let us get our money, and we both get out of here? I think
I
that's
say,
what
bro,
the
I'll
case
make it
is.
go to 12 rounds, but I'm gonna make sure that boy can't get up after the end. Yo, like
It's also the idea of like, do you know how tiring boxing is genuinely? Like
Oh,
when you're
yeah,
going,
of
like even
course.
like one round of boxing will have you like gasping for air.
Yeah, yeah.
So like 12 or 10 rounds of that at 57 years old at his weight, like he's a heavier guy regardless. So like, I don't think it's that far fetched that either person could actually win, but I don't think either of them are gonna actually try.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely like if it's gonna go all 12 rounds, definitely nothing's gonna really happen until like the 8th, 9th round, really. So all the other rounds in the beginning is probably just gonna be like random, just like, oh, and then just sorry, let's calm down.
It's like the Nick, like I don't know if you saw the Nick Diaz one that they did, or Nate Diaz. I'm sorry, the UFC fighter that he also fought Jake Paul. I mean, but he got fucked up though. He actually got knocked down and shit. But the whole time, like it was just him falling all over the place, Nate Diaz, but him also being just like, yeah, like just showing off and shit. I'm just, this is so unbelievably corny. And
Yeah.
And a lot of times I've seen enough of these at this point where you can tell that if they wanted to, they could have taken advantage of him at a certain moment. Like there'd be like points where they're like about it and like, oh shit, I can't hit him here because like if I hit him, I'll really like fuck him up. So they kind of pull their punches, like they stop themselves.
I can't do that, bro.
And you can see it though, but it's like a part of the bag, you know.
That's the thing that sucks is like I feel like if it has to be such a big bag that I'd be like, okay, this is like now the only fight I'll do like this where it's kind of like set up, like where it's like rigged in a sense because I couldn't do that. Like, what's the point of me doing this whole like career path with doing this if like all I got for me is like, oh yeah, like there was a rigged fight where somebody told me I couldn't do this, but hey, look, I'm rich now. Like it's like, nah, bro. I want to actually have some wins on me, like that actually matter.
At that point, I guess, because especially he did a couple MMA fighters, like UFC fighters, and they don't get paid shit, like compared to what boxing gets. So a lot of these guys are like,
wait, say it again. Like
UFC fighters come in, the paycheck in comparison to boxing is like nothing, bro. It's like pennies.
So you're saying boxing is less?
No, boxing makes significantly more.
Okay. I was just trying to figure out.
And that's now, like up until I would say McGregor, when he was at his peak and like rising, and there was like so much hype around him, he made a huge push of being like, yo, I should be getting X amount for these fights. But like before that, they were like really not making bread like that. Like McGregor kind of put on his like, oh, like I want to make a mill for this fight, and that was like a big deal. Like that was never done before.
Yeah, it makes sense though. The name and just the presence you bring in general. Like when you hear these people who like have this like record of like, oh, never been defeated, you're just like, okay, like we need to see this more often. We can't just like ignore it. Like just because, I don't know. I just think it's like a little bit more exciting too, knowing that like these people use like their whole body, not just like their fist, and that's it.
Yeah, they definitely put more at risk, and they get more brutal knockouts. The pad, they have much smaller gloves, so they're closer to bare knuckle fighting than they are in boxing.
Like,
and you can make the argument that like since they're thicker pads for boxing, like it's obviously like a lot more power to it, but also it's just like you're not taking knees and elbows and cracking, splitting shit open. Like you don't see the blood and gore in boxing as much as you do in MMA.
Exactly. And I just think like when it comes to the training too for people in UFC, like I just feel like it's a little bit more too.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
And if anything, at this point, like the fact that Conor McGregor doesn't own some percentage of the UFC is insane with the amount of money he's made them over that span where he was just everywhere, bro. Like when we were in high school, like it was like we were in high school. It was just like, yo, like he was the UFC.
Yeah, everybody was talking about him. Everybody wanted to be him.
Between him and like Ronda Rousey when she was on her run, like there was nobody else. Like everybody was signing up for that shit and they were killing it. So the fact that he was the first person to be like, yo, we could make millions when we're at $1 million off of one fight, when there are boxers who can lose and make 20 million.
Yeah.
They'll make 20 million a fight. That's ridiculous.
Yeah. That is insane, actually.
Now, granted, the UFC's only been around for about like 30 years.
I was going to say, it makes sense.
But still, like, there should have been a rapid ascent to that. And also, it's also on Dana White because he doesn't... There was a point in time where they could advertise on their trunks. Like they could pay because boxing does the same where you can have logos of other people like on
Hmm.
your trunks, and that goes directly to the fighter. Then they signed a thing with Reebok where they couldn't do that anymore. They only had to show Reebok, and that was it. Now it's back to that, so they can make a little bit more money again, and they're letting them do more sponsors and shit. But still, like the gap between that and boxing is just insane. So that's why a lot of these MMA fighters go and fight Jake Paul because they'll make more in that one night than they did in their entire career fighting UFC.
True, yeah.
Because like Tyron Woodley did it, Anderson Silva did it, Nate Diaz did it. Now we're about to see fucking Mike Tyson do it. He's made his money, but even back then, boxing money probably wasn't what it is now because all salaries in general in cross sports have just increased over the years.
Of course, yeah.
So he's gonna make a bag. So that's why they do it in the first place. But I just think he's gonna have to fight his insides. I think he wants to kill him. He's like, I'm scared of Iron Mike when he comes out. I just can't stop him. So
no, yeah. I mean, it is wild to hear that, but like, yeah, to hear the whole like Reebok thing, I'm like Reebok.
But I mean, they paid a lot of money to have like exclusive rights for them.
Makes
but
sense.
it doesn't. But I don't think a lot of it went to the fighter.
That's what I'm saying. Like, we got to think about that.
There was only a select few that like obviously the superstars got to do commercials and shit with Reebok. But like all the other guys, like what do they get to do?
Exactly.
At least now, you can, if you're a smaller fighter, you can pay for those local sponsorships or whatever. You can get like for your gloves, for your mouth guards, for your trunks, like certain, you could get whatever you want. Obviously the product you prefer that you're more comfortable with. Like maybe you don't like Reebok trunks, and you can get people to advertise on that shit, whether it's fucking Tony's car dealership or some shit, like regardless.
Tony.
And it goes directly to the fighter. That's not going through the UFC anymore, and they're not getting a percentage of. It's like it just makes out better for them. Like I don't get why they didn't. I don't know why they went away from it. It must have been a bag.
Yeah.
But then also, I say this like, oh, Mike Tyson's gonna hold back. This is also coming from somebody who's like, that's my favorite boxer. I can't see him go down. It's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt me internally. I was writing like book reports about him back when we was in middle school, like Black History Month. Every month it was either him or Muhammad Ali. No different. I was not playing that shit. I read like 8 Mike Tyson books when we was in St. Peter's, bro. I love that man.
Yeah. There's no way.
So
I don't see it.
We shall see, man. I mean, will I pay for it? No. Technically, yeah, because I have a Netflix account. So like, unless if there's a pay-per-view on top of that, I'm not paying for it. I'll be watching it, but I won't be paying for it.
True.
Just leave it at that.
Find a way.
I might not even watch it. I don't know what it's going to be in the middle of summer. I might be out.
Oh yeah.
So we'll see what happens. There was another fight this past weekend. I know you don't pay too much attention to boxing, but there was a fight with Ryan Garcia and
I heard about
Devin
that.
Haney.
I just heard about the
build up.
Yeah, the abnormal, out of this world, build up, and how Nate Diaz was just, or Ryan Garcia. I said Nate Diaz. How he was just acting with everything, and I was just like, yo, I've learned. Especially when I remember talking with you a long time ago about how he's just a cherry picker. And
no, that's Danny Garcia.
Oh,
different Garcia.
Different Garcia. I mean, yeah, but I do remember just
Danny Garcia's a cherry picker. Let's get that out there.
Yeah.
He's also not fighting anymore.
Yeah,
he's running barbershops.
Yeah. Anybody want to catch this fade? It's like, what do you mean by that?
Yo, if that's not his commercial, his tagline, is that his tag? Is that for real? Or you made
I don't
that
know,
up?
But I just said that now. I just said that now. But hey, bro, I mean,
like catch this fade at Danny Blades.
Danny Blades.
Ying.
Yeah.
Ying, ying, ying.
Right. But
he like there's a guy wolfing in the chair. He
right.
And then he has a full cut.
Yeah, like it's just him. It's on him, but you can't see the person in the chair. He just off the screen, and then it goes to him, and it's just a clean cut.
Crispiest fade ever. But no, so. Ryan Garcia, different guy, Mexican guy from California. Danny Garcia, Rican Bull in Philly. So Ryan Garcia, he was going through this whole crazy thing of being like, oh, like they trafficking kids in Bohemian Grove, and I'm drinking and doing drugs, and he was like trolling the whole time, and he's like, oh, I'm not even paying attention to my weight. I'm just drinking beer every night for this fight. I'm not preparing. And Devin's like, I don't think he's taking it serious. And then they did an interview. He just fucking, he's like, I'm gonna beat his ass. Like in a whole interview, just like being wild and shit. But anybody that follows him before that, also he like had a baby and then like divorced his wife like the next day after they had the baby or some shit. There's like a lot of stuff just keep him in the news and stuff. He was true all the mad heavy. I'm not like a crazy fan of his in general, but I followed his career for a minute since he was a young bull, and like. He's nice at boxing. For a long time, it was just like, yo, like he does really good at like social media presence. So that's why a lot of his name got out there. But he's also like a really good boxer. but for the longest time, he never really fought anybody legitimate up until recent years.
Yeah,
And
didn't he get knocked?
he got knocked down by Tank
Yeah, there
Davis
you
a
go.
couple months ago. But it's just crazy to think about because Tank Davis is nice as fuck. Like that goes without saying. But also, when you look at the photos of the most recent fight that he had versus where he was at when he fought Tank,
Mhm.
he was like depleted, bro. Like he looked like a skeleton, just
Mm.
because he's a tall guy. So like for him to get to the weight of Tank Davis or the weight that they agreed upon is a lot more difficult for him
Mm.
versus Tank Davis, who's like soup mad short. Like to get to that weight is not as much of a big deal.
Yeah.
So when you cut weight like that, it's already difficult in general. I'm not making excuses. Like I feel like regardless, like Tank Davis is just a better fighter, so he probably would have won regardless. But that putting that into thought is like, all right, that's kind of difficult when you're like 6 foot,
Exactly.
trying to be 135 pounds, bro. I'm not 6 foot, and I'm not nowhere near that.
Trust me, I know what that is because I'm
Yeah,
literally in the journey of trying to do
yeah,
that. Like I was started at like 205 and now I'm like 178 and like yeah, just the consistency is like it's insane. Yeah.
yeah. So it does take a toll on you when you're like not at your usual weight, and then you
130
get
is
punched in the face.
insane, yeah.
Um, and then yeah, so he got hit in the punched in the stomach, got knocked down from that, which is like you're already in low drained and everything. To get hit in the stomach by somebody like that is difficult. So yeah, tough loss, but he had another fight after that, knocked the guy out, and was cool with that. And then he booked this most recent fight with Devin Haney, which in all seriousness, I thought Devin Haney was going to win,
Mm.
regardless of like the antics. I thought Devin Haney would just be a better fighter. Um, but saying that I've been following him for a minute, I know that he's not genuinely crazy like that.
I mean,
Um,
I
but
hope
there was
so.
a part, but there was a part of everybody's like, yo, like he was undefeated up until he got knocked down by Tank Davis. So like maybe that took a toll on him, like just having his first loss, like kind of divorce, whatever is spiraling.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
people were maybe it's like maybe it's that. But then it was like once he got to a point where he was just doing like over the board shit, I was like, oh, this is for show.
Of course, yeah.
So-
you have to know that.
But like
by
people were
that
feeding
point.
us like, but people were kind of up in there like, oh, this is the first time he's done this ever for
Oh
a
my
fight.
gosh.
Like, is this really
Is he
him?
okay?
Is this him now? Is this
Yeah.
like other stuff going on? Is there depression or whatever? Like, what's up? So yeah, people were like, maybe it is real. Maybe he is really tweaking out. But then after the fight, he's like, yo, like y'all really thought that was legit, bro? Like, come on now. Like I was just like y'all sold out this place. Like y'all paid attention to the spectacle. He whooped his ass, bro.
I think I
don't know if you
remember-
saw the
I
fight.
didn't see it, but
I could send you highlights. He whooped his
I
ass.
heard and just seen about how he just put him on his butt like the whole time. Yeah.
He knocked him down 3 times that they counted.
Mm.
At least 3 more times he knocked him down, but that ref had money on him, I swear, on everything. Because this man, if you watch it back, like there was 3 times where there was no denying it. Like he clocked him, not just like, oh, he hit him in the right spot and he like stumbled. Like he hit him and his face did a fucking 360 3 times, and like he was on his ass. There were other times where he was rocked and he just kept hugging. There was a point where he was trying to hug him and Ryan was like kind of backing up on him, so he was just like stumbling forward until he could get a hold on him. So then the ref counted it as him slipping.
Mm.
It's like, yeah, but if he wasn't standing there, he would have hit the floor. He was just, like, his face was like this far from the ground, trying to hold himself up. Like, makes no sense. And the ref took a point from Ryan, which I think was valid, or he at least should have like
Is he
gave him a
taunting or
warning.
something?
No, so the thing with wrapping up, obviously clinching, whatever, like you do that if you get too close, like you just hug, and until the ref is like, all right, like separate. So they try to separate, but like Ryan was rocking the shit out of Devin, so he was not letting go. So they kept doing that shit, and at one point, later in the fight, he got frustrated. Ryan, when they were backing off, when he said like, "Oh, backing off," he hit him when like the ref was still kind of intervening. So it was like, "Oh, like take a point
He
away."
clocked the ref.
But at the same
Nah, bro.
time, like when you're clinched, you still can punch at each other.
Yeah.
But it's just
bro.
kind of difficult because like
It's like more
when you
so,
intervene, you're supposed
yeah,
to back
that's
off.
what
But
I'm
like
saying, yeah.
also when you're in the clinch, you can punch, and the boxers will be like, "Yo, like hands free, like you could do, like you're good right now. I'm not separating y'all."
Mhm.
So
Yeah, it's like the refs. Yeah.
but the ref was getting no type of respect. So I guess for him doing that, he's like, all right, like y'all think I'm playing, like
Y'all
take a
think
point.
this is a game. It is a game, but I ain't playing.
Yeah, so he was just being mad weird. But yeah, Ryan beat the shit out. I did not expect that. Because like people say it's like, oh, like he has power, like he can knock a guy out at any moment. It's like, all right, but like what does that really mean? I've never felt it. I don't know. And then like maybe if he fights like a legitimate fighter, maybe they can take his power a lot better. But like he almost knocked him down in like the first 30 seconds.
Mm.
But he like survived it. And I think after that point, Devin was kind of like scared. So that's just led to him getting beat up the whole time.
Yeah.
And then Ryan didn't even fully prepare right. He was overweight. He missed weight. So he made a deal with Devin where he basically gave him all the money he made for the fight. and regardless of the fact he won, he didn't win the belt. He was supposed to be for the championship, but since he missed weight, he didn't. Devin Haney still has the belt.
Mm.
But off of advertisements and promo for the fight and whatever, he probably made millions. He also placed money on his own fight, which is legal, and like where they did it. He bet like $2 million to win 12 on himself.
It's no brainer.
Yeah.
No brainer. I mean, yeah.
And he pulled it off. So yeah, shit's crazy.
Yeah.
What else I was gonna say on that? But yeah, he has more stuff coming. He knocked him out. I was impressed by that. I was on my feet because I wanted to see him actually be like get called. They should have been called by like the 7th or 8th round, and they didn't. Went to decision. He was like, yeah, like that was all for show, bro. Like y'all fell for it. It is what it is. At the weigh-in, he missed weight, which I don't know if I don't think that was a part of the show. Maybe he genuinely missed weight, which is a bad look. It would have been better off him not doing that, making weight and getting the money and the belt out of it. But he'll have more opportunity. Just off the fact that he beat him, he's gonna have better opportunities moving forward to beat better guys.
For sure.
But he went to the scale with a beer and like drank it, but it was like it was like apple juice and like seltzer water. Like it wasn't actual beer. Like y'all are fucking stupid. Like come on now.
Yeah. There's no way he'll be allowed to do that.
And he said he like during the camp, like they had video. He said it that he took video of like him saying like what I'm gonna do for this camp. So I'm gonna do the X, Y, and Z. Like y'all gonna freak out about it. And like he has proof of it all. So it's just funny like how that shit panned out.
Yeah, I mean, you got to do some type of presence. I mean, he's a good job at it, like you said. And what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, something I did see like very recently. It had to be today, probably not yesterday. I saw that he was like he met with like Trump.
Did he? I didn't see that.
Yeah, he was just doing his shadow boxing and everything like that. And Trump was just there, just like.
Yes. Very nice, Ryan.
And I think somehow
I'm not going to deport you if I become president.
I think the comment or what the John said on the post was just like, oh yeah, Trump's thinking like, yeah, we got to build this wall.
We got to send him back.
These they're too strong.
He's a problem. He knocked out Haney.
This is what I was talking about.
I like Haney. Good boxer. Not the best boxer. Ryan's the best boxer. But he's a good boxer.
We need to stop him now. So yeah, I saw that, John. It was hilarious.
No. But even circling back, the reason I brought any of this up in the first place was not because of Ryan's. Obviously, Ryan's fight was a big deal because in boxing it was hilarious what was going on. And he was kind of tweaking a little bit. But then also with Mike Tyson and Jake, what's going on. And I just thought it was funny because I didn't initially even think about bringing this up in the first place because it's kind of old news at this point. But I saw other news with obviously Logan Paul and Prime and how. Have you seen the thing with like the drinks here that he's getting a lawsuit because it has PFAs in it?
I think so.
PFAS. So basically, Prime, the drink that he partially owns with KSI. At least it seems like it's only the U.S. bottles of it because like KSI is like not looped in any of this at all, unless the world just hates Logan that much and they're like ignoring the fact that KSI is part owner.
That's looking funny.
But only the grape flavored bottles have microplastics in them. I know. I'm just gonna keep going. So that's a thing, and they got a lot in trouble for that, and like they're getting a lawsuit, but they're saying that that's not the case, and they're like, yo, we package all the bottles here in the U.S., and like it's a major bottle distributor, like people that make packaging for like a lot of other drinks. So it's like he was like, any popular drink that you have that's in plastic bottle, like most likely that same company makes our bottles.
Yeah.
So like I don't get why y'all picking on us, and it's only this one flavor.
Yeah.
And so there's like microplastics in it. It doesn't come from the actual formula of the drink that's the issue. It's the bottle.
The bottle, yeah.
It's like releasing plastics into the drink that people are actually consuming, which is a problem.
Yeah, but I mean, if it comes from the same place, I mean, yeah, who knows? It could be something people are picking at, or again, a conversation that's not actually being discussed, which is other companies and stuff that you drink have it as well. Y'all just not talking about it.
Things in a can and in glass taste better anyways. So
this is true, yeah.
Can we just make that conversion? Fucking, what's his name? What's that water brand? With the water in the can?
Water in the can.
Liquid Death. They already showed that you could do the shit. Why can't we all just do that? And it's better recyclable. Plastics don't last forever. I know it's probably cheaper, but like fuck that. Why do we need to have these drinks in like 8 different variations? Why do we need a can, a glass, a plastic bottle? Like,
yeah,
just pick one. If anything, it's probably cheaper if you just pick the one and be done with it.
Yeah. long term, just do one and not have to go and do different varieties.
That's my thing. Sometimes it just slaps better. That's all I'm gonna say.
It does.
But yeah, I mean that's going on. And then obviously, anything tied with either Paul brother is gonna pop up. So I just thought that was interesting. And then even more interesting than that, I don't know if you saw this, but Mike Tyson, he has like a cannabis brand, and he like has his own weeds and all that other stuff and edibles and stuff. But I saw that he's coming out with a new product.
Imagine you talk with a list after you.
Yeah.
I still like him now.
My eyes are so low.
I'm seeing colors now.
I'm starving. I'm telling you, Mark, I'm starving.
Look, I can box like him. Look at me. Yo,
but he's releasing an edible.
Oh my goodness.
It's a package of gummies that are bitten ear shaped.
This guy.
In honor of his infamous ear bite fight. Thought it was kind of great. They had some funny flavors, and I want to like read that out to you. Look at me, I'm talking like I'm already. I thought I'm gonna read them out to you.
Oh my goodness.
What you call it? Let me pull it up real quick. Find the article again.
That's wild though.
I think it's right here. Yeah. So here's the packaging. It's called TYSON. Mike Tyson bites, or the brand is TYSON, and it's Mike bites.
That's strong.
And I read the flavors of that. I couldn't find them for a second, but let's see if I can pull it up again.
Real quick segue or just off topic. I mean, it's not really off topic. The person who got his ear bit, what happened to him?
Vander Holyfield?
Yeah.
Nothing. I mean, what do you mean? Like, in what sense? Like, where is he now?
Where is he now? Like, what does he have to say about his ear getting bitten? Like,
I mean, they've like made up since then. They've talked. They're cool now. Like, it is what it is.
I just don't know if I could personally be friends with somebody who bit my ear.
Yeah,
Like,
they were both at the Ryan Garcia fight. They were in the crowd. They weren't sitting next to each other, but they were in the crowd.
Like, I don't know. That's just a me thing. Like,
Yeah.
it's like if you bit my ear, like, I don't know if I could just constantly just look at you and be like,
We're
what's
cool
up,
now.
bro?
Yeah, like I can't hear you. What?
Yeah, like,
No,
what,
I mean
bro?
it was only the top one, you know.
But still, like, bro, that's still your ear. Like, that's
Yeah,
something
yeah.
you're never gonna get back. Like,
He was talking too much shit, bro. You can't get that. Once I am, Mike comes out. You can't fight it,
like, it's
you know,
not like
just a
you
few-
gave me a cut.
And Holyfield was talking too much into my ear, so I said, you know what, I'm gonna fuck you up.
So, like, I don't know, bro. That's just a me thing.
But yeah, here are the flavors of his Tyson Mike Bites. The 3 flavors are black eye berry, blackberry, black eye berry, very smart, very nice. Sour apple punch.
Okay. It's the acting out for me that you do.
And watermelon. I just found it kind of funny. This is just,
Okay.
just watermelon.
I didn't even question. I was just like, okay.
They have nothing else. They have nothing else for that. It's just straight up watermelon. Will you be trying?
No, I will not be trying.
No?
that. No, I'm not trying that.
Why not?
No, I don't.
It's just a gummy.
That has cannabis in it.
That's not Pete.
I don't do that anymore. I don't do that
Okay.
anymore.
I was about to say let's not.
I don't do that anymore. Nope.
Okay, all right. I wasn't aware of that. I was
Yeah.
just, you know.
No, I don't do that anymore. So I will not be doing that.
Okay, but yeah, I mean, I at least want to like see the packaging. I have never done any of that, so it's different for me.
Victor's
But
gonna try for the first time.
no, fuck that. No.
In his room.
I'm a fighter.
Vic, are you okay?
I'm a fighter, Mark.
I'm a fighter. I'm
No.
a fighter.
But yeah, I just thought that was interesting. So maybe he'll sell some at the fight. I don't know where. I think it's in Vegas. I think it's legal in
I mean,
Vegas.
yeah, I can see that happening. Of course, yeah. I mean, it's legal there, so yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I can see that.
We shall see.
I got money.
Maybe I'll buy Quinn a pack for Christmas or something. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
But yeah, that's everything for this week, guys. Appreciate you guys for listening. We had some technical difficulties, but we sorted it out. That's why if this episode seems awkward, then that's why. But yeah, anything we'll say before you out of here, Mark?
No, just appreciate you guys. We love you, and we'll see you in the next one.
Deuces.